All right, today we're going to take a really close look at one of the most brilliantly designed bones in your entire body, the ulna. You know, it's kind of the unsung hero of your forearm. It's that stable anchor that lets you do everything from twisting a doorknob to lifting your coffee.
So let's get our bearings right away. If you hold your arm out, palm facing up, the ulna is the bone that's on your pinky side. As you can see right here, it runs right alongside its partner bone, the radius. They're a team.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start our journey at the top, where the ulna actually builds the elbow. Then we'll travel down its central shaft, see how it connects down at the wrist, and finally, we'll check out how this whole amazing structure gets built in the first place.
Right then, let's jump in at the top. This upper end of the ulna, or the proximal end if you want to get technical, is an absolute powerhouse. It's really the key piece of machinery in the whole elbow joint that lets you bend your arm. And this is where the design gets seriously cool. The best way to think about the top of the ulna is like a wrench. You can see it in this illustration. It's got these two bony projections that form this perfect C-shape. That wrench is perfectly designed to grip the end of your upper arm bone, creating this incredibly powerful and stable hinge.
So, the first part of our wrench is called the olecranon. Go ahead, feel the pointy tip of your own elbow. Yep, that's it. This thing acts as the main upper jaw of the wrench, and that deep curve you see highlighted here, that's what does all the heavy-duty gripping.
And here's its partner in crime, the coronoid process. This forms the lower jaw of our wrench, which completes that perfect C-shaped grip. But it's got another critical job. See that little notch on the side? That is literally a docking station for the other forearm bone, the radius. And that connection is what lets you twist your forearm, to turn your palm up to the sky or down to the floor.
All right, let's move on down from that really complex elbow joint. Now we get to the long central pillar of the bone, its shaft, or diaphysis. Now, it might look like just a simple strut, but trust me, its shape is precisely engineered for strength.
So, you might be asking, why isn't the shaft just a plain old round tube? Well, because its kind of triangular shape is just a brilliant piece of engineering. This table breaks it down, showing how it has 3 different edges that create 3 unique surfaces. And every single one of these shapes, from that sharp edge to the rounded one, has a very specific job to do.
And here's the payoff for that clever design. None of this is random. That super sharp edge, for example, it acts like an anchor for a really tough sheet of tissue that stretches between the ulna and the radius, basically lashing them together. And those other ridges and bumps, they're basically platforms for your muscles to grab onto. The very muscles that let you do things like turn a screwdriver.
Okay, let's travel all the way down to the other end of the bone, the distal end. The first thing you'll notice is that it looks totally different from the massive, complex top we just saw. The bottom is way smaller, and it plays a much more subtle but just as important role down at the wrist.
The bottom of the ulna is beautifully simple, really. It breaks down into just 3 main parts. You've got a smooth little neck, a rounded head that pivots against the radius, and then that pointy little bump you can feel on the outside of your wrist. Go on, find it? That's called the styloid process. Pretty neat, huh? So when you look at it this way, you realize the ulna is a masterpiece of 2-in-1 design. The top end is huge and beefy, built for the raw power of that elbow hinge. But the bottom end, it's small and sleek, engineered to be a stable pivot point so that the radius can swing around it, giving you all that incredible rotation in your wrist.
So, we've seen what the final product looks like in an adult, but how does this incredible bone actually get built? Well, the process is called ossification. And believe it or not, it's a journey that takes decades to complete.
It's pretty amazing. The ulna doesn't even start out as bone. It begins its life as a flexible little model made of cartilage, kind of like a soft blueprint. Then, through this incredible process, the body slowly but surely replaces that soft blueprint with hard, strong bone.
And this timeline just shows you it is a marathon, not a sprint. The main shaft starts turning to bone just 5 weeks after conception. But get this, the ends of the bone don't even start to harden until you're about 6 or 7 years old, and the whole thing doesn't fuse into one solid piece until you could be graduating from college.
So from that powerful wrench up at the elbow to the subtle little pivot down at the wrist, the ulna really is an anchor of both power and precision. It is a piece of evolutionary genius that you use every single day. So the next time you swing a bat, type on your phone, or just lift your coffee, maybe give a little nod to the incredible engineering inside your forearm that makes it all possible.